Throughout the country, the days of celebration were followed by a day of Thanksgiving. And in the capital, when the King and Queen and the two princesses drove to St. Paul's, Londoners once again had an opportunity of lining the route of a royal procession. The drive in the open carriage, the cavalry escort, the crowds of people cheering and waving, all combined to present a familiar scene. Yet the occasion was unique, for it was the central act of thanksgiving for final victory in the most terrible of all wars, and for the return of peace at last. On the steps of the cathedral, their Majesties were received by the Lord Mayor. Inside by Dr. Fisher, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who was to preach the sermon. This service, like all the others held throughout the realm, underlined the two great thoughts of that day: thanks for deliverance from our enemies in the east and the west, and the memory of those who, by their sacrifice, made that deliverance possible. The congregation at St. Paul's included, of course, many national figures. The Premier with his wife in Red Cross uniform. Mr. and Mrs. Churchill, who were loudly cheered as they left the cathedral. The Foreign Secretary and Mrs. Bevan. The Lord President of the Council, the President of the Board of Trade and the Lord Privy Seal. And in addition to members of the government, the service had been attended by ambassadors and many distinguished visitors to this country. In the ruins of the Guards' Chapel, another Thanksgiving service was held. It was here that a flying bomb had struck during a Sunday morning service in June of last year. The chapel had been almost totally destroyed, many lives were lost. But today, Thanksgiving was universal throughout the land. The service at this country church in Norfolk is just one more example of a peace-loving people giving thanks for the return of peace.